If you've been around a while, you know that one of the easiest things to do in life is to start something. It's to start a new diet. It's to start a new exercise routine. It's to start a new TV show. The easiest thing to do is to start something. But one of the hardest things to do in life, we know, is to finish something. And a lot of times along the way, you start something and maybe you started this Jesus thing, maybe you started this Christianity thing, you started the church thing, and you thought that every day of your life was gonna be different and that God was gonna bless you and every day was gonna be amazing. And if we're honest, sometimes you love Jesus, you follow Jesus, you're doing all of the right things, and life is still hard. Life is still ugly. Life is still painful. And I wonder if you've ever gotten to the point where you're like, man, I'm so in on Jesus, I'm so in on this thing, but I'm starting to question, is this worth it? I'm starting to question, if I keep doing what I know I should be doing, is this going to be worth it? Because it doesn't seem like God has shown up when I needed him. It doesn't seem like he sees me. I've tried to be faithful. I've tried to love and show grace and mercy. And that tax bill still came. We still lost the house. That divorce still went through. My kid's still not talking to me. And it's in those seasons of life we start to ask ourselves, is this worth it? And that's the dangerous point when you start to think about quitting. We're in this series on Philippians, and it says this in Philippians chapter 2, verse 8, talking about Jesus. It says, and being found in human form, Jesus, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. And what is so encouraging to me about this verse is that it's pointing out that Jesus's obedience actually leads him to death. And not just death, but one of the most gruesome, horrific deaths that humankind has ever come up with. The point is this, is that Jesus's obedience led to death so that your obedience would lead to life. Jesus took our place on the cross so that, man, when you feel like giving up, man, when you feel like it's just not panning out and it's not everything that you hoped and promised for, you can go back to the scripture and see that Jesus took our place. And that Jesus' obedience led to death so that my obedience would lead to life. Somebody walking through a divorce, somebody walking through losing their business, losing their house, needs to hear this and see Jesus for who he is. Because of what Jesus did for you and I, it means that no matter what life looks like right now, no matter what life feels like right now, don't give up, don't quit. Because Jesus went to the cross for you and me, we say this all the time, is that Jesus went to the cross not so that suffering and pain and hardship wouldn't be part of my story. Jesus went to the cross so that suffering, pain, and hardship wouldn't be the end of my story. Don't give up. God has got more in store. He's with you and he sees you. Don't quit now.